Hey guys, Lou here from l.ts Custom Woodworks. Today is the day that I'm going to be staining the coffee table. And I wanted to get started back on the sofa table. I have to cut the framing for the sofa table. I haven't done any of that yet. I just have the top glued up, and I believe I also have an end table to build for that. I didn't even glue up the top for that one, but I will be doing that today. What I'm going to do for now is I'm just going to push this coffee table off to the side. I'm going to jump on the framing for the sofa table. I'm going to start off by cutting the legs, and I have this piece of 2x8 left over from a project, and then I will cut the rest out of a 2x6. I need to cut 4 legs. The height of this sofa table is 33 inches. The thickness of the top is 1.25 inches, so I'm going to be cutting 31 3/4 for height of the legs by 2.5 inches wide. I'm going to be cutting 4 of those. I'm going to cut these 2 to length. Then I will start to sand them down, soften up the edges, router them a bit, and then I can figure out what my rails and all that other good stuff is for measurements. So the legs are all sanded and cut the side. I still have to router them. There's no question doubt about that. I'm just going to scrape the glue off on the back of this top. Now this is the same, this has the same design as the coffee table. It's got the X's on the end. It's got the rustic look. This is not being stained, this is being painted white. So, just to get started on where the legs are going to be positioned, I'm going to mark 1 inch on the corner, 1 inch on this corner, same thing on this side. And I'll do this corner as well. Now I'm going to take the legs and I'm just going to position them. Yellow. I'm going to set the legs up on the 1 inch mark that I made on the side and the back. And what that's going to do for me is giving me a measurement on how long my rails need to be. It just makes life a little bit easier. Takes a lot of the math out of the equation. So this is going to be the same top and bottom. I need to cut 4 pieces, 53 inches. So 4 at 53 inches. And then another 4 at 11 3/4. And I will cut those and sand those up. Now I'm going to see if I have some pieces here that I can use, but I doubt I can use. I'm going to cut these 2 inches wide. I'm going to take a look at that picture that they sent me on this. There's no plans to this, so I'm winging this like you wouldn't believe. I'm going to make it 2 inches. I think that will give it a nice look. 2 inches it is. So I'll set up my saw, slide this in between, bring the fence over, lock her down, and we are good to rock and roll at this point. We need 4 of them at 53, which I ain't gonna get out of this one. 11 3/4 I will get out of this one. I'll toss this over to the side. It's gonna be too small. This also for the sides. I will roughly cut this to 53, give or take, and then run it through the table saw. Now that the top and bottom pieces are cut, I'm just going to give them I'm going to give them a light sand and get those ready. Put my mask on here. Okay, now that I have these all sanded, what I'm going to do is just round off the edges. And I'm going to start off the top and bottoms. I'm not going to router all the edges either. There's going to be a bottom shelf, so I don't want this side routered, but I will router this side and the 2 bottom pieces. Now they're ready for pocket holes. The legs don't get done. These two, and these ones, I'm only going to I'm going to drive 2 pocket hole screws on each end, and I will do this with these first, and then the same thing with these 2 on each end, and we're ready to rock and roll. So I'll get my pocket hole machine set up. And that's what it does there. It drives these holes, so when you drive your screw in, it gets all buried. These are done. And there she goes. That is complete. Now that I got these kind of all cut, I basically, the only thing I got left to do is the bottom shelf and make those X's. Other than that, this table is ready to be assembled, and I will assemble that before I put the bottom shelf on. Before I put the top on, I will do the X's and put the top on very last. But I'm going to drop this now, and I'm going to jump back onto the coffee table, and I'm going to stain it expresso. So I'm going to get this table cleared up, get my stain ready, and we'll go from there. Now I can come in 4 hours later and put another coat and make it darker if I want. That, yes. If I could also leave the stain on longer and make it darker that way. But I like to do small pieces at a time and brush it on, wipe it off. It gets you a nice color and it brings out that grain. What I like to see. Well, what a lot of people like to see, actually. And I just had enough. Believe it or not. I'm just gonna make it unbelievable. And this, my friends, is done. Ready for pre-cat lacquer, ready for my sand and sealer. All that good stuff. And that is that. I am going to cut it here. If there will be a continuation of the pre-cat lacquer and also continuing with the sofa table build. So check that out coming up. And I will see you on the next one. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, throw a comment below. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're up to date. Every time I upload a video, you are notified. And I will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.